Hello, good afternoon, students. So now I'll be starting my next lecture on transcription and transcriptional processing in eukaryotes. So first of all, a big namaste to you, all of you. Nowadays, it is very much recommending that we should do like this and use the sanitizer also as per your demand. Use masks. This it is the mask, so you should use the mask also. Okay, but I am sitting in my room, so I am comfortable without mask and sanitizer. Now I am telling you about the transcription and post-transcriptional processing in eukaryotes. Eukaryotic transcription involves separate polymerase for the synthesis of ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA, and messenger RNA. And I told you that in eukaryotes, we are having RNA polymerase 1, RNA polymerase 2, and RNA polymerase 3. And they are separately transcribing ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA, and messenger RNA. Each polymerase recognizes a different type of promoter. Okay, each polymerase recognizes a different type of promoter. Means for a particular RNA, the RNA polymerase in the template strand will find a different promoter for every transfer. RNA. Okay, you will find a different promoter region. In eukaryotes, RNA polymerase does not include a removable sigma factor. Sigma factor is not there. Instead, a number of accessory protein identify promoters and recruit RNA polymerase to the transcription start site. Right? So you understood this sigma factor is not there in eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotes have 3 RNA polymerase, designate 1, 2, 3. I told you earlier also, here I am giving in a tabular form. Polymerase 1, RNA polymerase 2, and RNA polymerase 3. They are type of RNA formed 18S because ribosomal RNAs they are 5.8S and 28S ribosomal RNAs. You understand by the term S? You understand it or not? It is sedimentation coefficient. It is sediment coefficient because in ribosome also you will have one ribosomal unit of 30S and one ribosomal unit of 50S. So arithmetically they are 80S together. But when it is came to know altogether it is 60S. So like that. So it is not the mathematical term. 18S, 5.8S and 28S ribosomal RNA, and this S is the sedimentation coefficient and location is nucleolus. Okay, RNA polymerase 2, messenger RNA precursor and small nuclear RNA in the nucleoplasm, and transfer RNA, and 5S ribosomal RNA by polymerase 3 in the nucleoplasm. It is the eukaryotes have 3 RNA polymerases, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, and what type of RNA they are forming. It is giving here, and location wise also it is here. So these transparencies will be available to you on YouTube. Anytime you can see my video and anytime you can take a note of this transparency. Eukaryotic promoters are complex and composed of several different elements. Okay, the RNA polymerase 1 promoter consists of Tata-like sequence called ribosomal initiator element RINR, ribosomal initiator element, and upstream promoter element UPE. RLNR and UPE, they are the promoter. In prokaryotes, we were having Rhinobox and we were having 35 sequence. But here in the promoter, we are having ribosomal initiator element and upstream promoter element. RNA polymerase 2 promoter like RNA polymerase 1 include an initiator element INR and may also be include either a Tata box or a downstream promoter element DPE. They also include enhancer element that can be very distinct from the start site. For the RNA polymerase 1, the promoter is having ribosomal initiator element RNAR and upstream promoter element UPE. Yes, because RNA polymerase is for the ribosomal RNA. The RNA polymerase 2 promoter like RNA polymerase I first include an initial element INR and may also include either a Tata box or a downstream promoter element DPE. They also include enhancer element that can be very distinct from the start site. I will be showing you diagram later on, so you will be understanding this. Promoters for RNA polymerase 3 are within transcribed sequence and downstream of the start site. There are two types of promoter for RNA polymerase 3. Right? So we are having 3 polymerases and they are having 3 promoter sites on the DNA. Type 1 promoters found in 5S ribosomal gene contain 2 short sequences known as A block and C block. Type 1 promoters found in the 5S ribosomal gene contain 2 short sequences known as A block and C block. And type 2 promoters found in the transfer RNA genes consist of 2 11 BP sequence, the A block and the B block situated about 15 BP from either end of the gene. Okay. It is RNA polymerase 1. It is RNA polymerase 2. And it is RNA polymerase 3. So their promoters are different. What is there for polymerase 1? It Tata-like sequence called ribosomal initiator element INR and upstream promoter element UPE. For polymerase 2, it is having either a Tata box or a downstream promoter element DPE. And they also include enhancer elements that can be very distinct from the start site. But for the RNA polymerase 3, within the transcribed sequence, downstream of the start site, there are 2 types of promoters for RNA polymerase 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 are having different promoters. And these are the qualities of the promoter, what they are having. Promoters for RNA polymerase 3. There are 2 types of promoter for RNA polymerase 3. Within polymerase 3, we are having type 1 promoters found in the smallest ribosomal gene contain 2 short sequence known as the A block and C block, and type 2 promoters found in the transfer RNA gene consist of 2 11 BP sequence, the A block and B block situated about 15 BP from either side of the gene. Okay, you see this. RNA polymerase 1 promoter. It is a Tata box and INR, initiator element, enhancer. Okay. RNA polymerase 2, DPE, INR, same here, but it is not having Tata box. It may have the Tata box or may not be having. Otherwise, DPE is there and enhancer. And it is the RNA polymerase 3. We are having A block, C block. And type 2, A block, B block. Okay, A block, C block, A block, B block for RNA polymerase 3. For polymerase 2, DPE, INR. For polymerase 1, INR, Tata box and enhancer. These are different types of okay. So these are the different of promoter elements in the eukaryotic cells. Difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic transcription. Here you see this picture, it is prokaryotic and it is eukaryotic. It is DNA here. From this DNA, from one of the strands of this DNA, this messenger RNA is formed and it is coming out and binding to ribosomes. Okay. In eukaryotes, DNA is there and you will find a transcript which is processed also and forming the messenger RNA within the nucleus. And then this messenger RNA is coming out and binding to ribosome. And this nascent protein is formed. Here also nascent protein is formed in the prokaryotes. So a little bit tricky, you can say, in the eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic, it is simple because they are having only single RNA polymerase here. Here RNA polymerases are 3, 1, 2, 3, and then they are having a different promoter. That's why a different system is there, but simplified. Proteins required for initiation of transcription of the polymerase 2 promoters of the eukaryotes. Okay, it is a table for the protein required for the initiation of transcription of the RNA polymerase promoters of the eukaryotes. Now it is the stages of the eukaryotic transcription. RNA polymerase 2 require many other proteins called transcription factors. TF2 to form the active transcription complexes. The transcription factors required for initiation of the transcriptions are TF2A, TF2B, TF2E, TF2F, and TF2H. They are transcription factors. The transcription factors required for the initiation of the transcription are, these are the transcription factors in the eukaryotic cells. RNA polymerase 2 require many other proteins called transcription factors to form active transcription complex. The process of transcription by RNA polymerase 2 can be described in terms of following phases: assembly, initiation, elongation, and termination. Assembly, initiation, elongation, and termination. Different stages of eukaryotic transcription: CTD, carboxyl terminal domain, INR is initiator sequence, RNA polymerase 2, TBP, Tata binding protein, TF transcription factor. Different stages of eukaryotic transcription. It is little tricky than the prokaryote. See, it is Tata box, gene to be transcribed. It is INR sequence. Okay. Then TBP, TF2, TF2B, TF2H, TF2E. RNA polymerase 2 is recruited to the DNA by transcription factors. RNA polymerase 2 is coming here. Okay. So what I am telling you, RNA polymerase 2 require many other proteins for transcription, proteins called transcription factors. Okay, to form the active transcription complex. And transcription factors require the initiation of transcription are, they are transcription factors TF2A, TF2B, 2FE, F, and H. G is not there, by the way. So you are having here. So pre-initiation complex is formed. And DNA helicase of TIF, second F, TF2F, formation of transcription bubble, unbound DNA. Helicase is there to unbound the DNA, and we are having a initiation complex open. Okay, it is the pre-initiation complex, it is closed one. So now it is unwinded by the DNA, and DNA helicase of TF2F, formation of transcription bubble, and we are having a initiation complex here. So these are all the factors of RNA polymerase 2 in the eukaryotic cell. Initiation complex has been formed. Now CTD is phosphorylated. During initiation, the polymerase escapes the promoter and elongation complex has been formed. The transcription is continuing. CTD is phosphorylated during initiation. The polymerase escapes the promoter, and these are the factors TF2E and TF2H. Elongation complex is made, and now these elongation factors are continuing. Transcription elongation is aided by elongation factors called TF2E and TF2H dissociates. Okay, transcription elongation is aided by elongation factors after TF2E and TF2H dissociates, and we are having a termination complex finally, and we are reaching to third state of the elongation. It is the second stage of the initiation, and termination complex is made. Transcription factors are there, elongation factor dissociates, the CTD is dephosphorylated. As transcription terminates, a process facilitated by termination factors. So fourth stage is the termination, and termination factors are coming. Elongation factors are removed, RNA polymerase also removed, and we are having a final transcript, or you can say the final RNA is made in a eukaryotic cell. So I will explain you again. We are having three RNA polymerases. We are having three RNA polymerases in a eukaryotic cell, but in the prokaryotes we are having only a single kind of RNA polymerase, polymerase 1, 2, 3 in the eukaryotic cell. Then we are having in the promoter site, in the promoter sites of these RNA polymerase 1, 2, 3, we are having different factors. Okay, so you will have to remember these factors. And finally, we are having a transcript, which is a RNA molecule. eukaryotic post-transcriptional processing. Messenger RNA processing. Mature functional messenger RNA is formed from extensive processing of a large precursor called HN RNA, heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Okay, so mature functional messenger RNA is formed from extensively processing of a large precursor called HN RNA. So what has made after the action of the different factors? It is HN RNA. It is made, but after the extensive processing, this has been changed into messenger RNA. Finally, the messenger RNA is formed in the processing. Heterogeneous nuclear RNA transcript produced product of RNA polymerase II. The heterogeneous nuclear RNA is the primary transcript, is extensively modified after transcription, and finally it is giving us messenger RNA in the processing. For example, primary transcripts acquire a cap at near 5' end and a poly A tail at the 3' end. Okay, primary transcript means in the heterozygous small RNA, what we are having? A cap near 5' end and poly A tail at the 3' end. Nearly all messenger RNA precursors in higher karyotypes are spliced to remove introns. Introns will remove like the prokaryotes. Introns are non-transcriptionable sequences in the RNA. So we cannot make any protein out from the introns. So they should be removed and only exons should be there because we can make the proteins from the exons only. How a polytail is made? Synthesis of a poly A tail of primary transcript heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Okay, it is the messenger RNA formed. Okay, and a cap is made on the 5' end. AAU, AAA. It is a cap in the heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Okay, then we are having addition of a tail by poly A polymerase. So poly A chain has been added on the 3' end. A. All adenines are there. It is poly A tail, which is having a clear-cut role in the protein synthesis, what we will be studying in the next few classes. Okay, so it is the synthesis of poly A tail of a primary transcript heterogeneous nuclear RNA, and we are adding a cap here on the 5' end, and we are having a tail on the 3' end. Then removal of introns exons. Okay, it is one exon. Exon 3, exon 2, exon 3, and this yellow one are the introns. Okay, so heterogeneous nuclear RNA is having many introns, and exons are also there, but where at a far distance and in between you will find the introns. So these introns are removed, and finally we are having the activated messenger RNA. Okay, they are removed and then they are spliced. Alternative splicing of the gene and encoding both calcitonin and CGRP. Okay, calcitonin gene related peptide, calcitonin G related gene related peptide. Alternative splicing of the gene encoding E is for exon, in for intron. You see, It is the poly A site. They are introns. So you will see that they all are removed introns, and we are having E1, E2, E3, E4. Okay, all introns are removed. Human diseases due to defects in alternative splicing. If splicing is not correct, then following diseases may be acute intermittent porphyria. In the heme metabolism, I told you and I gave you table of the porphyrias. Porphobilinogen deaminase enzyme. It is the affected enzyme. Breast and ovarian cancer, BRCA1, cystic fibrosis, hemophilia A, Leishman syndrome, severe combined immunodeficiency, and spinal muscle atrophy. These are the affected gene or products. Now come to the transfer RNA processing, which is in the form of a clover leaf. Transfer RNA precursors are converted into mature transfer RNA by the following alterations. Cleavage of 5' leader sequence, replacement of 3-terminal UUU by CCA. Actually, this CCA is for the binding of the amino acid on the transfer RNA. So UU is removed and CCA is added on the 3' end. And modification of several bases and sugars. And finally, splicing to remove introns. There is the transfer RNA processing. Okay, leader sequence is removed. 3-terminal UU are removed. CCA added and modification of several bases and sugars and splicing off to remove introns. They are in the transfer RNA processing. Processing of transfer RNA precursor to mature transfer RNA. It is the clover leaf model of mature transfer RNA. And here you will find CCA, you see, amino acid attachment site in the protein synthesis. So it is the pre-transfer RNA. We are having a long this chain leader sequence. It is removed here. And we are having CUC. Then this UU has been changed to amino acid attachment as CCA. UU has been removed. And here also this site has been modified. It is the intron. Okay. So now it has been removed. And we are having a perfect anticodon site. Which anticodon? Actually, amino acid will bind. This amino acid will have a codon. Okay. Suppose methionine is there. Okay. But you will find the anticodon of the methionine here. And where is the codon of the methionine? On the messenger RNA, you will find the codon of the methionine. But it is the shape clover leaf model of transfer RNA. It is the ribosomal processing. Eukaryotic ribosomal RNA processing is very similar to that of prokaryote. RNA polymerase 1 transcription produces single precursor that encodes 3 RNA components of the ribosome: 18S, 28S, and 5.8S sedimentation coefficient. Ribosomal RNA. They all are ribosomal RNA. Ribosome is also having the RNAs. So these are the constituents RNAs of the ribosome: 18S, 28S, and 5.8S. Processing of pre-ribosomal RNA transcript to eukaryotes. You can say processing of the pre-ribosomal transcript rRNA microsome. You see, here also you will find many introns, this gray one. Okay, so these are 18S, 5.8S, and 28S. So these introns have been removed, and we are having 18S ribosomal RNA. Here also 5.8S separated, and here 28S export. So we are having 5.8S and 28S, and we are making a 60S ribosomal subunit, and we are having a 40S ribosomal subunit. Okay, because in the protein synthesis in the eukaryotes, you will be having a ribosome where the messenger RNA will attach. So this ribosome is having a smaller subunit of 40S and a big subunit of 60S. And altogether, if we make it a complete ribosome, then it will be of 80S. It is RNA editing. A change in the base sequence of RNA after transcription by process other than RNA splicing is called RNA editing. A change in the base sequence of RNA after transcription by process other than RNA splicing is called RNA editing. The changes other than the splicing are known as RNA editing. We are doing a RNA editing. RNA editing involves the enzyme-mediated alterations of base sequence of RNA in the cell nucleus before translation. And these processes may involve in the insertion, deletion, or substitution of nucleotides in the RNA molecule. Okay, it is known as RNA editing. It is the ApoB gene. Okay, and we are having CAA, glutamine codon. Here. It is messenger RNA form but unedited. After editing RNA edited by deaminase enzyme, RNA deaminase, as C has been changed to U. Okay, ammonium ion is removed and RNA editing by deaminase and C will change to U. So we will be having a UAA, which is a stop codon. Okay, stop codon. When this code will appear in the messenger RNA, the proteins will be stopped synthesizing. So it is the edited messenger RNA, which is having a stop codon. In the liver, ApoB100, a protein fragment is formed, which is having 4, 5, 3, 6 amino acid residues. Now come to the reverse transcription. Okay, reverse transcription is a different procedure and a rare procedure in which you will find a DNA from the RNA. Reverse transcription. In transcription, you were having RNA from the DNA, but now you are having DNA from the RNA. How? Certain RNA viruses that infect animal cells carry within the viral protein particle an RNA-dependent DNA polymerase called the reverse transcriptase. RNA-dependent DNA polymerase. The DNA polymerase will synthesize the DNA molecule taking RNA as a template. The RNA viruses that contain reverse transcriptases are known as retroviruses. They are known as retroviruses because it is having reverse transcriptase. Because the genetic information flows from RNA to DNA rather than from DNA to RNA. And reverse transcriptase produce DNA from viral RNA. From viral RNA. So, in the RNA viruses, what is happening? from the RNA, the DNA is formed. And why it is formed? Because they are having a reverse transcriptase, and that's why they are called the retrovirus. So in the central dogma has been modified here, and we are having a RNA is changing to DNA by the reverse transcription. Okay. So it was a change, extension of the central dogma to include RNA dependent synthesis of RNA and DNA, reverse transcriptase. Some retroviruses classified as RNA tumor viruses contain an oncogene that can cause the cell to grow abnormally. In the cancer, some retroviruses classified as RNA tumor viruses contain an oncogene that can cause the cell to grow abnormally. The first retrovirus of this type to be studied was the Rous sarcoma virus. It is the virus having a oncogene, and oncogene will synthesize a oncoprotein, and once oncogene protein is formed, then it will cause the cells to grow abnormally. Another important class of retrovirus include HIV virus. It was identified in 1983, which causes acquired immunodeficiency syndrome AIDS. This AIDS is also the retrovirus. Okay. So it was the end of today's lecture, and I have completed the RNA formation from the DNA, the transcription as well as the reverse transcription. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.